Alright, so this is going to be a quick lesson video. Currently Chainlink is falling I'm in a short right now. I'm in a mistake. My mistake was basically I got in at 3.2. So I'm down about like 2% right here at 3.2. 2%. Stop loss is like 3%. But my mistake was that I didn't buy on this moving average on the 8 hours. Now there's still an hour and a half in this candle. And I was really hoping on this going to be the bearish scenario. But if you're in a short at any point, you should have taken your profit right here on this EMA and at least wait for it to break. And this would be your next target. So here's the 8 trending on the next hour. We're going to have this as support. So this whole block up here is going to be support. So what I can do is add this already here, okay, for the next candle, and all this space right here is going to be your support. You're also going to have this as support. The whole candle is going to be your support candle. And let's make this white. Okay, so we're right above support, and like I said, what we're doing right now is we're about to close in the 30-minute chart, and I think that's kind of important. Here's the 3-minute chart. I just want to take a look at the volume patterns and just make sure that we are safe for now. Let's try to break even on this trade. And yeah, so let's enlarge this chart here, and obviously we have 3. I might like this one a little bit more. This is the bear market cycle. This one. For the bear market cycle. On the minute, and here was the bear cycle, right? So again, we have a couple more minutes to close here, and that was my mistake. Basically, this is a really good trading range. So you have to develop skills. Like, look, buddy, this is the timing on this, 9 hours, 8 hours here, and it's a trading range that pops up 5%. Okay, so that's kind of a big range that you can capitalize on, 5%, if you're ready for it. And then boom, it happens once again. So what the pros are probably doing here is selling into this range, probably with the stop loss above one of the highs. I don't think this is I think this is a decent stop loss. Yeah, so we're pretty much straight up here. There's a lot of volume that we just got on the way upwards for this pump. So let's take a look at Bitcoin and see, yo, what's going on here in the markets for us to be pumping this much. So obviously you can see that there is a little bit of a descending angle. I can add a trend line if I wanted to, and it looks like I have old TA on this on these charts here, and respecting the trend line from the way in the past. But to me this looks like a bear flag. Let me zoom out here and see what exactly we're dealing with for this trend line. Let's try the 13 hours. Ugh, lots of stuff. Okay, so it's just basically a trend line from a long time ago. So I'm gonna have to keep my eyes peeled here. So what we could do though is that we could be coming up here, eh? Still underneath that EMA. Looks like we want to cross over. Take a look at the RSI. We're perfectly at the 65 RSI, which is very bearish on the 3 minute. On the 13, we're only at 55. On the 55, we are only at 48. But we got some resistance. If you use those, let's see if it works out to be the case. We still have 44 minutes left. And it looks like we want to do an engulfing candle of this range to try to retest this EMA with the 55 bending downwards a little bit, but then a little bit of a pump. So consolidation in the 55-minute chart in the bearish market cycle chart here. So let's go flip to link and add an alert here. Right above this thing right here. I'll put one right there, and I'll also put one on the total market cycle. Okay, there you go. So it doesn't seem like we're getting much volume in the markets right now for Bitcoin, because we're mostly in chain link right now. So here's the 3-hour chart. I really wanted this to be a bearish double top. I really thought that was going to be what's going to happen here. We got a lower low, a lower high I should say, but we still haven't gotten a lower low for this double top to be confirmed. For this double top to be confirmed, we would have to cross this bottom with strong volume. So yeah, it looks like we want to get a bearish crossover here. That's VeChain, a different asset. So let's flip to link real quick. And it's much different on the 13 hour. So VeChain wants to, VeChain could be honestly close to a pump, because if I actually, yeah, a pump or dump, right? It's holding on a thread right here, but if they want to continue this uptrend, they're going to have to buy, and that's going to cost them about 8% if they want to do such a thing. Now Link, let's take a look at Link one more time here. The question is, are we going to be closing underneath the red moving hour average in 6 hours? Okay, and then we flip right here, which gives us that as a consolidation. I think that this is literally just pausing right now. I don't think that we can break the top here, and but I'm not, well, 5% stop loss is kind of a lot, especially if you're playing with your whole account, which is 5 times 5, 25, which is 1/4 of your account, and that's not going to be fly, that's not cool. So what I'm willing to do is put an alert here, and just watch it there. I'm also taking a look at the volume here, and also aware that it did do a technical analysis here. Ooh, I have to redo it unless I have it somewhere. I think it might have been on the exchange. So that 8-hour chart was what I was taking a look at. Shine bright like a diamond. Ha ha ha. So, where's my TA? Yeah, right here. So there's the year 382. I want to see some volume increasing here. Here's a 5-minute chart. I want to see the countdown. So it just opened. We can see a bounce happen right here. So we're going to see. Currently, we're down about 1.36% for this guy here. Oh, we actually, yeah, for these two. Those were kind of within 4 minutes of each other. Then I added some higher. I'd be in a profit if I averaged out pretty much better. But yeah, so 32, that's how I calculate it, and then 44, I got some there. So yeah, that's what I see right now on Chainlink. I see this trend line right here. Okay, we gotta watch for these little choppers. This chopping point right here. Okay, but I am ready to repay my loan here at any time. Yeah, so that's how much, 1,500. So that's like 20-30 bucks. I'm down right now. No, 15 for sure. I think it's gonna pop up here. I really do. I think it's gonna form an ABC, and this is just the first wave because this is very impulsive for me. Okay, I see impulse wave 1, 2, 3 of some sort, 4 and 5 with the leading diagonal. And right now we're basically on wave 2. Sorry about that noise. And there it goes. Chainlink. It might come down for another wave here. I'm having a hard time taking the loss though. We're still bearish on the 21. chart, this guy here, like very bearish, I would say, because this moving average is well, it's right here, um, but for Chainlink is a different asset, right? So this thing could come up another wave. I'm not sure what's gonna happen here, but like we're talking about 4 hours for this thing to play out. And then compared to Chainlink, what do we have here for time? Yeah, about like 7 hours. The same pattern that we were in yesterday. Right here, I think. But I know we were in, I think it was right here yesterday. Excuse me. Right here. It just broke upwards. But the impulse wave looks much better on this guy. I mean on this one right here. Like this is impulsive upwards. That's why I'm a little bit bullish. So this would be an A. This is a 3, 3, 5. This could be a C. A, B, C. So this would be your two wave, or your A, B, and C. It's always risky with these B waves, though. Well, you gotta know where to get them, because that's where you make a lot of money. First of all, because they're fractal patterns most of the time, and second of all, the Fibonacci extensions are very specific with it. Like the B wave could end right here, the 0.9, or it could end right here. So they're very specific with endings, which is very good for us for stop losses. Like this stop loss would entry would be about 1%, and this stop loss, depending on what your preference is with the 3A2, there's a 1% and then 3% total for that, for the 61.8, which is a better stop loss, a little bit better stop loss here. So again, I'm basically just hoping right now that this is going to come down some more, because this is 5 waves. So a decent scalping trade right now could be a short, and then a stop loss above this high right here. So I think that could be a decent trade. I'm still taking a look and considering with the volume here. There's just a lot of volume here, guys. A lot of volume. And so this is also the same as this wave here, the fractal pattern, fractal trend line, I should say. So usually it would take the same amount of time unless it breaks the slope, right? And it seems like it's almost testing the slope right now. What we could also do is form this as a B, and then a C. But if it is an ABC, then the same structure could take place, and we could be taking a look at a 236 right here, 1.236, and that's also a very confluent range with the 61.8 and this trend line here. So that's a biggie right here, a decent entry size, and then with the same with a decent stop loss here of honestly, if you get in right here, the stop loss is only 0.76. So let's just say it's 1%. but the reward would be at least 4%. So that's a really good trade entry. So let me add that to a decent entry for sure. So I think it's really very important for us to try to get in as a small account, as many trades as possible, as many entries like this as possible, where your realistic gain, let's just say it's a 1% loss here, like we're looking at a 4 RR. If we do a bunch of those, 1%, whatever, like that's how do you compound your account, especially if they're very probable areas. So that's where profitability, PCZ areas, pivotal points that happen again and again in the markets help you, and that's where you record this information. So I hope that makes sense in words, but in pictures, this is what we're looking for, setups like this that happen all the time that we can honestly just program and develop in computers. So they'll be a lot easier to trace, to track, to find, and to trade off of. So like we could be running long opportunities as well, hedges, just as long as the risk is bigger than the other guy. Does that make sense? So, or you could go for shorts on some other asset, or long on some other asset. Because what I think with this one here, it would only be open for a specific amount of time. And after this time expires, it's done. I'm not interested in taking a long after this time is expired, which is going to be in 6 hours, right? So same kind of deal with the short, I guess, with the time. But I care that whenever this trade here would be active as soon as possible, like whenever we get into this zone, this dead end zone, I would really short right there. I would sell there. But if you were long, it would have been a really good sell from that other resistance. So here is kind of just like in the middle of nowhere. So it's hard to get in a play here because your risk is going to be much larger than anticipated or wanted. But your entry could be on these moving averages. Your stop loss would be below these lows, which is 2%. But I like it on this resistance support area that's also going to move with time. So that's going to move in about 1 hour 18 minutes. That's where the 13 hits that down here, and the stop loss becomes much larger at 2%. Okay. Pretty much that's the ending of the trade right there. 7 hours. So that's what I wanted to say. At the end of this video, watch the 21 moving average, this chart right here, because the EMAs are definitely pushing down the prices here. This is the bullish cycle also. We're getting some support right here with the 21, but it's moving downwards, so I can expect this to go down as well. We've got a little bit of support, but that's about it for a while. Okay. And then we've got more downtrend on this bull market cycle, in my opinion. Let's take a look quickly at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is below on the 21-hour chart. Some moving averages. Let's open up the link on the 21-hour chart here and zoom in on the 5. And yeah, so this is what I wanted to see here. We've got still an hour left for the next candle close. Next time, take your profit on the very probable EMA here. Unfortunately, your stop loss for this guy here would be probably this moving average or this low here. That low would be pretty nice. It's about 5% though. So 382 looks like is holding on right now. The 382. With a symmetrical triangle type pattern that seems like it keeps repeating right now, or broadening, some type of broadening pattern that has about I would say one more candle, about 6 minutes left to decide what it wants to do here, for the 0.5 to be the next support. But really this 61.8 right here, yeah. If we can't even get above here, then for sure all depends. This definitely looks like and feels like a B wave coming upwards. Yeah, I should have bought it at the 382 though. So that's it for this video. Taking my loss right there at the 42. So that was a fail, that one.